I'm just saying, do you think you would have a rethink on it?
Say so many of them.
Angela Rayner is awesome at not being able to reply basic questions, something all of the Labour Party have in common. In today's video, we'll observe film of a staggered Angela Rayner make a trick of herself, as she can't name a single company that underpins Labour's work bill. This can be agonizing to observe in today's video. We'll observe and respond while moreover going over all of the most recent news from up and down the nation. But to begin with, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel and connect our quick developing community. The Primary Change UKM Lee Anderson has lashed out at the police after a man who made a danger against his life was saved. Imprison the Ashfield MP said in a Me, the case may be a prime case of two-tier policing in action. He said this was a case picked up by our parliamentary group here in Westminster, and I wasn't made mindful of this danger by the police until a month after this man may be lurking around in London. He's made a contemptible risk against a part of Parliament, and it's took a month for police to really educate me. We're on ruddy caution. A few of us MPS were continuously looking over our bare stressed approximately getting to work, and particularly within the city as well, with things that go off. I do not think it's great sufficient. I do not think they're taking the security of certain MPS from certain political influences genuinely sufficient. It's supreme drivel, it's shortcoming, it's yellow, it's lamentable, it's two-level policing the risk, which was posted to X, said Lee's time was up, and he was aiming to track him down and murder him. After the coordinate passing danger, he was captured but not charged. The police composed to the Change MP explaining their choice, saying they had no reason to think the danger was genuine or practical, as a danger to slaughter the man making the risk had no confirmation passed feelings presently on to Angela Rayner, as she showed up on a BBC Meet and was incapable to reply. Fundamental questions have a observed
Activity at risk. I'm just saying, do you think you would have a rethink on it?
Well, I think that there was an imbalance, and we spoke to many businesses. They've been working with us to get the Employment Rights Bill forward.
Can you name a company, a few of them, that have welcomed these proposals?
Well, we've worked with many of the companies.
Name a few.
I've worked with so many of them on this. I've had many roundtables, as the business secretary, and they've very much welcomed the work that we've been doing on making sure that people...
You must be able to name a few, because I can name all the companies, the recruitment companies, Hayes, Manpower, Randstad. They've signed the letter saying this is the wrong approach. You're going to put jobs at risk. Which are the companies that have welcomed your employment rights?
Well, like I say, I've spoke to many companies. We've had many roundtables with them, and we've been discussing it, and they've acknowledged that there has to be a balance and broadly welcomed it. We've made changes as opposed to, for example, on the probation periods when we listened to what business said. So we have the probation periods as well alongside the balance of rights from day one.
Will you get me a list of those companies, and then we can call them and say, do you welcome Angela Rayner's proposals?
Well, there's been many of the companies that we've worked with, like I say, so many of them.
What are your contemplations on this? Let me know within the comments. And a few other news. A British man has been captured in Thailand over affirmations he assaulted a 6-year-old young lady taking after an examination by UK specialists. A 30-year-old man from Leeds, West Yorkshire was confined at his home within the coastal resort of Paya on Tuesday morning. The capture came after the National Wrongdoing Organisation NCA in London distinguished Lawrence through video proof of charged child mishandle. Police raged the suspect's least domestic at the private Heaven Paya condominium piece where he was living with his Thai sweetheart. The NCA propelled their examination after following charged child manhandle substance to Lawrence's phone, which included film allegedly appearing him ambushing a youthful Southeast Asian young lady. British agents worked closely with Bangkok's Anti-Trafficking and Persons Division to find the suspect. Thai specialists analyzed the video evidence and compared it with different areas in Pattaya, nearby social media posts to track down Lawrence. Police accept Lawrence had associations to the victim's mother, and the affirmed attack happened when the young lady was 6 years ancient. The examination finished in an arrest warrant being issued for assaulting a minor under the age of 13. Amid the capture film appeared Lawrence developing shirtless from his room taken after by his accomplice, wearing a silk nightie interpreter show at the scene, studied out the charges requesting the man to kneel and affirm his personality. The interpreter clarified the seriousness of the allegations, expressing agreeing to the unlawful conduct you've got done. There has been a charge of rape, statutory assault of another person by constrained by danger. The charge is particularly famous. The offense was against a minor beneath the age of 13, a long time ancient which isn't your spouse. Not your lawful spouse. The interpreter encouraged emphasized that in any case of assent, the charges stood due to the victim's age, and failure to stand up to the man was at that point formally captured and escorted to a holding up police van. Examining officers afterward educated the victim's mother of the capture and displayed proved driving to extra complaints being recorded. Police Lieutenant Colonel Kat Kong Thongam said the suspect denied all charges and denied to affirm amid the capture he was confined at the police station. Thailand's Central Examination Bureau, CIB, issued a stark caution. This is often a caution to Thai ladies who look for outside partners through VAR, different online channels, to take care of the perils of pedophilia. They described pedophilia as a mental clutter that causes patients to be sexually inquisitive about children who have not, however, come to adolescence. The Bureau emphasized the significance of being mindful of and securing against perils which will emerge from those who carry on in this way. The man remains in guardianship as examinations proceed, finally, since labor took control. Participation in government workplaces has dropped, with 13 departments announcing less staff on location. Official figures appear a decay in office presence since Syria Starmer's race, particularly in key offices just like the Treasury, Lodging, and Equity. This comes as the private division moves within the inverse heading, with major companies presently requiring staff to be within the office 50% more than final year. The service of Equity has seen the most honed decrease, with participation dropping from over 80% in July to 57% in September. The Treasury's work area inhabitants fell from 69.5% to 64%, whereas lodging saw a diminish from 74% to 70%. In the meantime, the Division for Work and Benefits saw participation drop from 67% beneath the past government to fair 58% beneath labor, and differentiate private companies are pushing for more office participation, with 50 expansive businesses presently requiring representatives to work a normal of 3 days a week within the office. Barclays and Boots for Occurrence have seen positive comes about from commanding full office returns. Pundits counting shadow cabinet office serve Alex Burgard and Reform's Richard Tai have condemned the slant, calling it a disappointment to lead by case. Tai cautioned that falling participation and rising open investing are a bad dream for Wall, be that as it may. A government representative protected the figures, indicating out that office inhabitants within the July-September period was 69%, an advancement over 57% amid the same period final year, whereas a few divisions fizzled to meet the 60% least target most stay over. This threshold, after a crest of 75% post-election participation, has stabilized at around 72%, indicating that numerous gracious workers have returned to farther work after an introductory burst of office action. What are your thoughts on what we talked about in today's video? Let me know down within the comments segment underneath, on the off chance that you've not. However, as of now, make beyond any doubt you are doing, drop a like on this video and subscribe to the channel for more British political substance. Thank you, beware, farewell.